Hello, hello. Say hello. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Karen. Whoops. I gotta turn it down. I got some fun stuff for us to do today, you guys. I see a couple more people coming on. I think I'm right on time today, actually. So Karen, we're getting weather warnings for flash flood and rain. So it might get exciting during this video. I will welcome the rain for sure. We always need rain in Arizona. How's the weather there in Texas? Just waiting for a few people to get on. Okay, it looks like we got a few people logging on. If you're just now logging on, say hello so that we know you're all here. And I think I'll start off by saying who I am. I'm Deborah Bucher with Deborah Bucher Designs. I always forget to do that part. Hi, Helen. Wow, you're from the UK. So you used to live in Arizona? What part of Arizona? Yeah, Texas does get a lot of rain, and boy, you guys have a lot of humidity there too. Whew. So anyway, I'm Deborah Bucher with Deborah Bucher Designs, and I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. My home is actually in Surprise, Arizona. And I have a shop at the Brass Armadillo in Phoenix, and I have an online store. And so any of the products that you see today being demonstrated, they're all available either at my booth at the Brass Armadillo or available online. And you can pick up or have things shipped. Okay, hi Mary, good to see you. So Mary, you missed my introduction. You know how I forget to do it all the time? Well, I remembered today and you missed it. Okay, so it is jam-packed today. I don't know how far we'll get, but I have a lot planned. So I want to show you guys, I showed you guys this box yesterday if you were watching yesterday, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but today I know. And so I had this cute box, and I set the camera is so that when you look at the words and stuff, you can actually see them correctly, which makes it really challenging for me to get things in the camera because it makes everything opposite. Hi, Diane. So anyway, this box has this lip on it here. And so I'm going to stain this part of it. And then I found this really neat font today. It's called Nashville. And it's already, when you print it out, it's already looking like it's worn out. There's like it's already chipped paint. And so I'm going to stain this with Tobacco Road. And hi, Diane. And then I'm going to stencil it on the front of this box. And I think that will be really cute. And then in this box, just pretend it's all done, but in this box, those shelf sitters that I made the other day, they would look, well, you'd have to put a book or something in there, but I think that would be cute. Just put something in there that makes it sit up higher, like a small book or something. I think that would look cute. Or what I'm going to work on today would look really cute in here. So I save milk bottles. Get it in camera. I save milk bottles like this and then wash them out and repaint them. And these you can get at the grocery stores. This is from Dan's Inn Dairy. They're here locally in Arizona. And boy, their milk and their cream and their eggnog in the Christmas time is so delicious. And you always have to pay a deposit on these bottles because they want you to bring them back, but I never do because I like to paint them, and I actually sell every one of them I've ever done. I've sold in my booth. And they're fun to do, and there's, you know, like an infinity of ways that you can do them, and I'm just going to show you a few different ways today. Oh, I set this flower here because I thought that would look pretty in that flower box too. And this is a decoupaged pot. Mary, did you decoupage your pots? Oh yeah, wine bottles would work good too. I'm on my keto, and even though you can have a glass of wine on keto, I rarely stop at a glass of wine. Mary, get cracking, girl. And wine has 5 carbs a glass. And so a glass of wine for me is at least 10 carbs, and then I have to have at least 2 glasses, and then that's 20 carbs, and that's my whole entire day's worth of carbs. So I've sworn off of the wine. I'm doing really good, girls. I've lost 7 pounds. Okay, so I want to show you some different things that we're going to do. On those glass jars, all right, so I showed you the one. This is one of them painted. Isn't that pretty? Thanks, Joey. Hi, Jody. So this one's been painted, and it's had 2 coats of slick stick on it. And then it only needed 1 coat of cotton. And you can see the black letters on here are completely gone. They don't show through. There isn't a ghost of them. They're just completely gone. So you can paint your jars or your wine bottles, or if you have a vase and you want to repurpose a vase, you can paint them any color. You do need to slick stick them first. Slick stick is for surfaces that are slick, and then that makes the paint adhere to it. Now, I thought I could get away with just 1 coat on these bottles, but they really did need to have 2 coats, and I had the time, so I went ahead and did 2 coats. Hi, Jody. And so that's why I only needed to have 1 coat of the cotton. And I chose cotton. I was going to do fluff, but cotton is the whitest white there is. And I just thought that's what I want to use on this project. So that's what we're doing with that. So I have a variety of different bottles and different shapes here. So I have this little milk bottle, and it's from the same dairy that I just mentioned before. And I usually get my heavy whipping cream in this because that's what I use in my coffee in the morning. And it's delicious. So it has 2 coats of slick stick on it and 1 coat of cotton. And I'm going to do these cute little stencils, the cow, and once you get the cow on, then you sit the pig on the cow's back, and then once you get the pig on, then you set the chicken on. And I thought that would be really cute on this milk bottle. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Donna. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm going to put the camera down so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I should also say before I get going, for this bottle, and this is a Starbucks, you know, their lattes and stuff that they sell bottled. That's what this is. And they come in this size and a larger size. And so this works really well to paint up too. And on this one, we're going to stamp on a crown and a bumblebee on it. I thought that would be really cute. So that's what we're doing on that one. And on this one, we're going to do this transfer. And I might try to come up with something else to add up here, but we're definitely doing the transfer. So that's our projects today. So let's get going. So I'm gonna start off with this cow. And you know, I think he'll be super cute, this one with the farm animals on it, because I've got some really cute ribbon. And when these will all go down to the booth for sale because they sell really fast down there. But once I get it all, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I'm still getting all these weather alerts. But wouldn't that be cute with the gingham ribbon around it, or a pretty yellow ribbon tied around it? So, and then some flowers or sunflowers. And you know, you can get the flowers at the Dollar Tree. I often get them there. So when you're cutting the back, these stencils, these are one-time adhesive stencils. You can only use them one time. And there's a grid on the back here, and you can see through the grid so that you're not cutting into your stencil on this side. And this side is like contact paper, so you just want to peel off the back of, let's just call it contact paper, but it's actually called vinyl. So you just peel it off like this and throw that away. And then the black part you see is the sticky part, and that is your stencil part. And so I'm gonna stand up to get this placed exactly. This is the flat side. This has an indentation, and this side is flat, so that's where I wanna stick it. And so I have 3 of these critters, so I'm gonna cut his feet off. Not his feet, but below it. And then I'm going to just lay him on there. And I'm going to burnish him on really well. Just rubbing him on so that adhesive sticks really well, and so we don't get any bleed through. That's why I like using these adhesive stencils. I like using them because A, you seldom get bleed through, and B, I can make up my own designs. Okay, so once you've done that, then you want to lift up one corner of the transfer paper, and that's that milky color paper, the see-through paper on the top. And sometimes it's tricky to get started. There, we've got it. Okay. So once you get it started, you want to pull it off at a 45-degree angle. So I basically just get it started and just use my thumb flat on here and just carefully pull it off. You don't want to pull straight up on it, because if you pull straight up on it, it will lift up the adhesive part of your stencil. So at a 45-degree angle, just get it off. and then go back again and make sure that all around your design there that you've got it burnished in really well. Okay, then I'm going to take an artist brush and some caviar, Dixie Belle caviar. That's the blackest black there is in the Dixie Belle line. There's another one that I like real well, and that's Midnight Sky, and that's black also. It's just not as midnight black as caviar is. Probably have more than I need on there. Okay, so now with a dry brush, it's not wet. And you know, normally with Dixie Belle chalk paint, we wet our brushes, but anytime you're doing a stencil, you do not, I just dropped a drop of water on there when I was rinsing my fingers off. You do not want your brush to be wet. That's going on like this brush is wet. And I'm just kind of dabbing it on. It's going to take 2 coats to cover this bright white. I think when somebody refilled my caviar, they added too much water to it because this is really watery. No worries, we'll just dry it. I love this stencil with the farm animals standing on each other's backs. That always just makes me laugh. I don't know why it tickles me, but it does. Okay, so the cow's all painted in there, but since this caviar is so watery, I'm gonna dry it and give it a second coat. You thought it sounded more? Yeah, I should have been paying attention. I had this in a workshop class, and I have a feeling somebody added some water to it. So we're gonna, normally 1 coat would have been sufficient. It's so black, you guys, I can't even see where the stencil is on here. If I can't see it, you guys can't see it. Okay, I'm gonna give it a brief dry. because I actually prefer taking the stencils off while the paint is still wet. Oh, you guys. Oh, it's okay. Cute. And there's a, I actually have my picker stick this time, you guys. Let me see if I can see, yeah, right inside there. Oh, guys, I just wrecked it. Well, I can fix it. In between his tail and his body, I'll have to go back and repair that, is a little piece of that vinyl, and as I was picking it up, it lifted all the paint clear down to the glass on it, because you're supposed to let your slick stick dry really well, and of course I'm always pushing the window, so I'll have to go back and fix that. Everything is fixable, you guys. So we're going to set the little piggy on. Yes, Karen, I do sell these stencils. If you just shoot me a messenger message and tell me what size you want and how many, then I can give you a price on it. They're not expensive, but on these farm animals, it just depends on what project you're putting them on, what size you need, or how many you're doing. So just shoot me a message and I'll be happy to chat with you about it. I did, if you go back and look a whole year back, probably in September of last year, I did a set of these for a raffle for my granddaughter's school. And I had a rolling pin done and a really pretty wooden toolbox, and just trim his feet just a little more. All kinds of really cool fall things in there, and these animals, and that whole thing that I put together sold for $250 at the raffle at her school, so that was really awesome. Okay, so got the pig on, and I just set his hooves on the back of the cow. Hopefully I got them down where they need to be. I'm going to see if I have some more black open over here. It's a good thing I have stone floors because I'm always pounding on them. Yep, I have more black. So we'll use this one instead. This is always the hardest part, to get that transfer tape to lift in a corner. Okay, so again, you're coming off at an angle here. Just going to make sure I've got it all pressed down really well. I'm going to dip into the jar of paint this time. Yeah, that's much better. See the difference, you guys? Big difference. Now, Dixie Belle paint self-cures in 30 days. So if you wanted to put a sealer on these, you could, depending on what you're going to use them for. Or you could just let them cure for the 30 days. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a quick dry. And then pull up the vinyl. Isn't that just satisfying? So cute. And then the last one going on is the chicken. So then I'm going to peel off the back again. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Susie. Okay, so here's our little rooster, and it's going to sit on the back of the pig. Cock-a-doodle-doo. And I love that the cow's head goes that way, the pig's head goes that way, and the rooster goes that way. They're very choreographed. Okay, I'm burnishing it down, and now I'm going to try to get one of these corners loose. And pull it off at a 45. And then we're going to paint up that little rooster. I just want to make sure all those little edges are down, especially since I just pulled off the transfer tape. So now you guys just need to have everybody saving their bottles. And sometimes you can find these at the Goodwill. And you know, you see them all the time. The canning jars are good for this kind of thing too. Okay, give it a little shot of heat. I've lived in Arizona since 1958. I should be qualified as a native. I have one daughter that was born here, and then we moved to Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, and lived there in various places for 8 years. And I have a daughter that was born in Illinois. Okay, so what do you guys think? I got to go back and patch this up a little bit. Got to get it in the camera. It's crazy when things are back. Oh, see, I went the wrong way. There. It's hard to tell when you flip the camera around. I don't know why it's so difficult, but it is. That's why most of the presenters, when you see them, they do not have their camera flipped around because it's crazy to try to do your live with it. Okay, so the next one, you guys, well, all right, I'm going to move this one out of the way. And the next one, I think we'll do the bees. Now, I have never stamped on a rounded surface. This is sort of round. So this could go horribly wrong. Oh, I wanted to show you guys these too. I have these cute, these are rub-on transfers. And you can see the picture of them here. And these you can put on these milk bottles too, but you can see they're pretty small. So your bottle needs to be small. Like I've done them on these size bottles and then stuck a cute flower in them. But I thought I would try something different today. And that is using the rubber stamps. And so I have a crown and I have a bumblebee there, and they're bigger. And so on one of my flat edges here, I'm going to put them on like this. And the stamps are flexible and bendable, so I'm going to try it. It could be an utter fail, but you know what? If it is, that's okay because it's only paint and I can always paint over it and do something different. But I wanted to try this. So let's see how it goes. So with these stencils, and these stencils have a beautiful design on them. Let me show you what that looks like. So there's all kinds of designs on here. Really pretty. And these are cling-on stamps. And what that means is you lift up the cover on them and these cling on. And then you press them onto your piece. And you can use them just as they are, or you can cut them up. And like, I was tempted today to cut off this where it says bees and queens. Yeah, bees and queens. I was tempted to cut that off and just use that portion of the stamp. And it comes with this plastic sheeting, and what you do with that is you cut it into a section that you're going to stamp with. So I cut this plastic sheeting, and my stamps are cling-on, so they cling to it, and that way I have control over the placement. I could make the crown closer to the bee or higher and make sure that I have it all lined up. Another tip, as I sell these rollers, I'm out, but I'll be ordering next week, and this is a foam roller. And I looked at Home Depot and I thought, oh, these look similar, and it's for a smooth surface, so there's supposed to be no nap in it. But when I got it home, this is foam, and this is not. And I'm thinking this isn't going to work, so I'll have to save that for another day. And so normally you would just roll your roller in here. I don't want to get in that really wet paint, so let's see if I have enough paint on here. Probably need a little more. Now you can use a brush and brush it on, but I think we're going to get a better result by rolling it on. You can also use ink, you know, like a stamp pad of ink. I think I got too much that time. There. So I just want it on the surface. And if you were inking it, you would just take this and lay it on top of your pad and ink your pad. It's always fun to experiment on live video. And then I'm going to pick it up. Find my flat. They all seem to be flat. This seems like the best side. And because you can see through this plastic here, I'm going to do my best to line it up. Set it down and just gently press on it. Now you guys, I told you I haven't tried this. Ooh, and I just shifted it. We'll see. Like I said, I can always repaint it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to repaint that one for sure. Let me try it on the back side since I'm gonna have to repaint it anyway. Let's see if I can make it work. And I'm holding it firm with my thumb down here this time. Okay, and then you gotta lift straight up. Well, that was better, but not perfect. So maybe the rounded edges. See, if I had gotten it just over here on that wing, that would have been a really good one there. All right, well, I'm gonna have to practice on that one. I'm not mad at it. Don't you love that expression? I think that's funny. Hi, Michelle. Okay, so the last one we're gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of all of this black so I don't accidentally contaminate anything. Okay, this last one I know will be perfect. Okay, so the last one is a transfer, and I selected this transfer. Make sure you guys are in the camera. And I demonstrated this the other day. This is the Redesigned by Prima Classic Vintage Labels, and it comes with all of these 3 sheets of labels. And they're really cool labels. I've used them on quite a few projects. In fact, that's what I used on this mirror that I antiqued and refinished last week. And you can see I put a bee on it. And it shows up better in the camera on live than it does trying to take a photo. It doesn't photo well at all. And the color on here is aubergine, which is a really deep purple. Throws more to shades of gray and black. And it's really pretty when you pair it up with, amethyst. Trying to get the whole bee in the camera. Let's try this way. There, I finally got it. So that's one of those transfers on a mirror. This is done on the front of the mirror, and then I took all the mirror finish off of the back and then antiqued it, and this is the result. And I did that because I've always wanted to do it, and I had see, I have a really pretty mirror piece that has the coat hooks on it that I got picked up at the Goodwill. And I want to do it, and I'm going to take the towel rack down in my bathroom and use that. So I wanted to antique that mirror and learn how to do it before I ruin a piece that I really like. So that's that story. Okay, you guys have probably seen me do lots of transfers. So what you do is you pull off the backing. That's what protects the transfer, and just discard it. And the transfer has a little bit of adhesive on it. It's not terribly sticky, but you don't want to pick it up and then lay it down and pick it up and lay it down. So I'm going to center the word cafe right there, and then just wrap it around. Are you guys frozen? Did you guys freeze for a minute? Okay, so I'm going to use the stick that comes with a tube of transfers, and I'm just going to, okay, it froze on my end. I'm going to rub this transfer down, and what it's doing is it's transferring the design off of this plastic sheet and onto your piece. And so you could put ribbon around this. You could paint the rim with some gold or silver up there. Put some pretty flowers in it. It would look cute in that box that I'm gonna do. And I'm just going to rub the whole piece all over, and then I'll start lifting it. And I will continue to rub as I'm lifting it. Okay, so I'm going to start down here in this corner. Maybe. And you just rub and lift, and if you see it lifting up any of the transfer on the plastic, just lay it right back down and rub it again. How many of you guys have you used transfers? They can really take a piece from pretty to wow. And you guys stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a quarterly sale on molds and transfers and stamps probably next week. It takes a little time to get it organized, but you have to pre-order what you want, and I'll give you a list of the items that are available. And by pre-ordering, then you get a 10% discount. So let me see if you guys can see this. Right here on this little tip, as I'm bringing up the plastic, I can see it's lifting up that little tip. Can you guys see that in the camera? I don't think I've got the camera on, like when I said, when it's right below the C. Maybe I need to come back by me. Yeah, there. Okay, right where I'm lifting up, that's lifting up on the plastic. And so when that happens, you just lay it back down and give it a good rub and then continue to pull. And it lays it right back down, right in the perfect location. Doesn't mess anything up. And that's why you don't want to just lay this down, rub over it, and rip away. You want to do it a section at a time and make sure everything has adhered properly. And starting small with transfers, if you've never done them before, starting small with something like this is excellent. If you're brand new to transfers, you know, some of the transfers are 4 to 6 sheets solid to make one design. You don't want to start with that. Or some of the transfers are cut in the middle of the design and you have to match them up. And if you're new to them, I wouldn't recommend that you start with that either. Okay, and so then I'm just taking my fingers and just burnishing the transfer just to get it to lay down. Okay, so you guys, this is basically a free milk bottle, and it has one piece of a transfer, so the transfer is probably $1 or less with all the designs that come in that tube, and 2 coats of slick stick and 1 coat of cotton, and then you tie a pretty bow around the top of it, put some flowers in it. It can sit in a kitchen window. It would be a nice housewarming gift to somebody, just for a couple of bucks and a little bit of time. So we were successful with our farm animals, and the transfer, of course, there's very little risk in doing a transfer. And then this I'm going to have to practice on. I still think I can get it. Those bees aren't too bad. So maybe if I did a bee first and then did a crown and not try to do both of them at the same time, that's probably smarter. But like I told you guys, I've never done it before, so I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. So, let me see if I've missed anybody's questions. Okay, I'm hot, you guys. Do I have lids? No. No, I don't. I'm not sure why you would want the lids. Why would you want the lids, Susie? Do you have a good idea that I need to hear? So, and don't forget, you know, you could paint up this vase also. Were they these kind of bottles, or were they like wine bottles with the corks in them? Because these are more like milk bottles, because that's what they are, as milk bottles. if you were doing like wine bottles or other liqueur bottles, I could see that would. Oh, they put the crowns in them? That would be cute. Well, did they use lids or did they just stick corks in them? Did you take any pictures, Susie? When you get good ideas like this, you're supposed to take pictures. Yeah, Joey, that's crazy that was your first transfer. Joey did a beautiful China hutch, and she ordered the Field of Flowers transfer for it, and that is 3 sheets of transfers, and that's 3 big sheets. And she just said that was her first transfer, and she sent me a picture, and she posted it on my website, or not my website, on the Facebook page. So you guys can go take a look at that. That was awesome, and she did such a great job. I would have never guessed that was your first one. Hi, Lois. Thanks for joining us. So, does any... I bet it was tough, but you did such a great job. I was so proud of you when you sent me those pictures. And now I'm even more proud, really, truly, knowing that that was the first time. I never even thought about that. Patience, people. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? You're welcome, Joey. Yeah, it was impressive. So that's it for today, you guys. I'm excited to do this box. If you guys didn't catch it in the beginning, this is the box that I picked up at Michael's yesterday at 70% off. And I'm going to take Tobacco Road and stain just this part that's the insert here. And then I found a super cool font. This is the cool font that I found, Flowers. And you can see the font is already distressed. And after I stain that portion there, then I'm going to stencil that on. I think that will look really cool. And then this box, I think, is a really cool box to put your shelf sitter in, or one of your bottles that you just painted with some flowers in it. I think it's just a cool box to put some stuff in. So I'll see if I can get that done tomorrow. Got this table loaded, man. Hi, Gracie. Thanks for watching from Washington, D.C. We got somebody on here from the UK. That's really cool, you guys. So does anybody have any questions before I say hello or goodbye? That's the kind of week it's been, you guys, and it's only Wednesday. I have to go to the airport and pick up my brother tonight, and he doesn't fly in until midnight tonight, so it's going to be a long day for me. Hi, Evangeline. You know, sometimes you guys come on and I don't see you because I'm busy working on the project, but I sure appreciate all of you watching. You're so faithful coming on every week, and I appreciate it. So you guys, if you have any questions, just put them in here. If you're watching this after the live is over, just do a hash replay so that I know that you've been watching. And I appreciate you guys. You have a great evening. And oh, thank you. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate that. You guys, I'll see you all next week. I'm here live every Tuesday and Wednesday at 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And Tuesdays are furniture days, and Wednesdays are crafting days like this. And sometimes I sneak a live in between if I got something special going on. And if you're wanting any of these products, my website is listed up at the top, and the address to the Brass Armadillo is up at the top if you want to go shop in person. So you guys have a great evening, and thank you so much. Bye.